Alright guys, let's get right into it. This is going to be a flat top, 0 on the side. I start out with my wall seniors open right at the bottom of the parietal ridge. Man, I'm going to preach to y'all. It's the little things that's going to make your haircut stand out. It's the little things you do that nobody else does. With that said, I start with a half, and I speed this up because it's really mindless. I start with a half, then I go half closed, then I go all the way closed. It's something so small, but it makes a difference, believe me. And we're just cleaning all the hair off the bottom of his head. We're not going to shave this one. He doesn't like it shaved. We just go down to a 0. As y'all are watching these videos, man, if I'm not explaining this well for y'all, if there's anything you want to know, if you have any questions, anything you want me to make videos on, let me know. You see me right here, this is over directing the hair. You got to be real careful doing this if you're done it for the first time, because you can really get yourself in a world of trouble. You can cut off hair that you need, so be careful doing this. But it's a technique that I found that cuts off a lot of time from my haircut, so I tend to use it quite often. Again, I'll show you one side and I'll do the other side. It's the same steps. I'm doing the same thing on this side. You can't see it, but it's the same thing. The guy there that you see, his name's Jim. He's a salesman for Salon Centric, I think, and he's retiring. Good guy. Right here, you see how far back I start with the guide. I start where the head flattens, where the head starts to round on the front. You got to leave that so it'll actually be a flat top and not round down toward the face. Well, I'll show you how to take care of that here shortly. A lot of these flat tops I freehand. You have to have the eye for it. You have to see it. You have to be able to see it. I'm just wetting his hair real good. The next thing I use is Kendra. It's 25 hold, I believe, and I put a pretty good amount on. His guy's hair ain't hard to stand up. You know, if the guy's hair is hard to stand up, you got to use more. Pretty self-explanatory. The whole trick to these flat tops is getting everything to stand up. This is the only hairspray I found that doesn't clog your clippers up, and it works. It works well. It'll make your head like a football helmet, no doubt. You can see here I'm starting to get everything to stand up. You can see Jim there in the background. He's been selling salon products for 30 years, and he's 70 years old, and he just told us he was retiring. You got to be patient with these flat tops. Be patient in the fact that you have to get them to stand up. You know, don't skimp, don't rush it. Take your time, get everything to stand up. It's gonna make your job a whole lot easier. I don't really fast forward through a lot of this video because I want you guys to really be able to see what I'm doing and the steps that I'm taking. I think the only thing that I fast forwarded was we've already done it, and that was just debulking his head. But take your time, get everything standing up. If it's your first time on these flat tops, man, you got to have an eye for it. You really have to have an eye. You can see here where my guide is in the center. Right now it looks like the left side, as we're looking at it, is a little bit higher, and that's okay. You don't have to worry about that at this point. You just built yourself a guide in the middle, and right now you're just getting everything stood up. Don't panic if something's higher. You're not done with a haircut. This ain't a finished product. Your job right now is to get everything stood up. Alright, now that we got everything stood up, I have a guide in there, and if you remember how I left the top, see how I'm coming back now and cutting the top, but it's not sitting right on the scalp. I'm holding that comb away from the head and straight with my guide. I know it looks like this comb's angled. I feel like it looks like it's angled in the mirror every time I do one of these, but they come out flat, man. I don't know. They come out straight, so I don't know what to tell you. This is just over directing. You'll see me come back and freehand these sides, and man, you're really just going straight up. You see, I'm over exaggerating it there. I want you to see how I'm going straight up. And you can see I come back and I get down so I can look down the top of the hair. And you just got to have an eye for that. You got to look at these from all different angles. You got to, man, there's hair that'll stick up that you can't see standing right behind them. So you have to look at it from the side, look at it from the front, look at it from all different directions. And you can see right now how, as we're looking at it, the right side is higher. I haven't even touched that side yet. I'm getting the other side. Now I'm coming over to do the right side. And we're going to, I'm just over directing. Same steps, man. Same steps. I can't tell you enough. It's the same steps. I get my customers blown off. I like to blow the hair at some point in the flat top. That way I make sure everything, I'm getting all the stragglers. There's nothing left. A lot of times a piece of hair will lay down, or a few hairs will lay down. If I go through and rub that hair and blow dry with my blow dryer, it'll pull all them stragglers out, and I'll be able to get them. So that's why I do that. And man, you just got to be patient. You can't rush this. You can't force these flat tops. It's not a haircut this is an art. I mean, I can't tell you enough how this is an art. You can't force them. Especially this flat top it's not a real hard flat top, but he's losing hair, so it makes it a little bit harder. But I mean, you can see right here by my lips where the hair's sticking out on the side. I'm fixing to come back right now and get it. See how, I mean, you have to freehand it. You have to use your eyes to shape this flat top. But this is, I mean, you have to be patient. You have to take your time. This is a lot of years you're seeing. This is not going to come to you overnight. So you have to take your time and really, like I said, man, you can't force it. You have to, this flat top has to go in almost by itself. And I come down and over direct the front. He's got a cowlick right here in the front, so I tend to leave that slightly longer, just because of the cowlick. it'll look almost bald if you take it too short. So I tend to leave it slightly longer. And man, as I'm walking around this haircut, I'm really just looking at it, seeing where I need to hit some hairs, seeing what's out of place. It's a lot. This haircut's a lot of visual. You gotta be able to use your mirror. You gotta look at the haircut. And man, I mean, honestly, just keep grinding. It's practice. You have to practice this haircut. And frankly, it's a money haircut. There ain't very many people out there that can do a good flat top anymore. So if you're, I've had people ask me when I go to work at a shop, can you do a flat top? And as soon as you say yes, they're all about hiring you. Here I'm just doing the detail work. This guy never lets me do his beard, so I'm gonna do his eyebrows and clean his ears up. But man, that's you just have to. If one piece of advice I could give, two pieces of advice for a flat top. Number one, be patient. Get all the hair standing up. That's so important. And number two, be patient and look at it and really work with the hair. Don't try to force it. Don't try to make it be something it's not. Just work with a haircut. You have to kind of shape it for their head, and each individual. That's why I like doing flat tops, because they're similar, yes, but they're a lot of them are, it's depends on his head, how his head's shaped, how you're gonna do the flat top. But we're coming down to the end of this one, man. Again, if y'all have any questions, comments, want to see something explained differently, if you want a video on a particular topic, get in the comments. Let me know. I'll make a video on anything y'all want. So I'm not afraid to share any secret I have, or it's all about getting better for all of us. 12 years into it, I still watch videos. I still go to work every day and try to be better. So that's what it's all about. So y'all let me know what y'all need videos on. So until next time, I hope you enjoyed this one, man. Peace.